This is UMAR AHMED for IFL TV in association with MTK Global. I'm joined by Nick Webb at his house. How you doing, Nick?
I'm good, thank you very much, mate. I'm good, mate.
Yeah.
He's come to visit me, my humble abode.
Obviously, been a few weeks since I lost to Dave Allen. What's your sort of reflection been on it?
Well, it's a hard one, really. Like, obviously, you know, I was winning the fight and it was going well. I think it was going too well. That's the problem. And I got too comfortable, and I just got caught with a big shot. And I've never been, you know, I've been caught big shots, but I've never been. Don't know. I think he got me right in the temple. And really, I just remember getting up thinking, oh, I've got to beat the ref count. And yeah, my legs weren't working right. And I've never been in that situation before, not in sparring, not in nothing. So it was a big learning curve. And yeah, I know not to get too comfortable again.
So you're saying you couldn't really prepare for that moment?
No, yeah, it's never happened to me before. So, you know, it happens to every fighter. And I think, yeah, I just wanted to get up soon, as fast as I could, and instead of trying to steady myself and maybe grabbing the ropes and getting myself up, I just tried to get up, and obviously my legs weren't there to work.
Now, everyone in the arena and at home watching on Sky said that they didn't see that shot coming from Dave Allen. Yeah. I'm guessing it's the same with you.
Yeah, I didn't see it at all. I didn't feel it. I didn't see it. I didn't anything. It was one of them, you know, he was throwing it quite a lot in the fight. And I was dealing with it, no problem, blocking it. I think I took one, I don't know, 30 seconds before, and it was no problem. And yeah, I think he sort of went to the body, and I was thinking about blocking the body shot instead of thinking about blocking the next shot. I got caught with it. So
yeah. What was a couple of weeks after that fight like? Did you just have some time out?
Yeah, I just you know, I was in the gym doing a bit of training, but I just had to think about you know what went wrong, what I could have done better. But end of the day, I just got caught with a shot that he's pulled out of his arse out of nowhere, and I can't really dwell too much on it. I just got caught with a big shot. And that's it.
Tell me, you're supposed to be on a Bracknell show this Saturday. Yeah. What was the situation with that? Obviously, you're not on it anymore.
Yeah, I was supposed to be on it. I still might fight on it.
Okay.
But yeah, basically, they've been trying to get me an opponent through situations, I don't know. And now it's getting so much last minute now, and you know, I've tried to sell tickets for this fight and things like that, and now it's a bit too last minute, I think, myself.
Yeah, what's the situation with your career? Are you still hungry, sort of, for success?
Oh, I'm very hungry. You know, that fight, even though I lost, you know, you learn mostly from your losses, and I learned a lot from that, and I want to come back, and I've got to right that wrong. I'm hungry to show everyone what I can do, and you know, that fight showed just a glimpse of me, and I just got caught end of the day, and I'm very, very hungry still to come and show what I can do.
So there's a lot of top fighters in that British scene. Obviously, the likes of Dave Allen, Hughie Fury's fighting in a world title eliminator now, Joe Joyce, etc. Do you need sort of a few relatively easier comeback opponents first, or are you happy to jump in with them straight away?
Yeah, I think where I had basically what happened before the Dave Allen fight, I had after my win, I had an injury, and I had to have an operation. And after that operation, I jumped straight in with Dave Allen, and you know, you need to get momentum. So I would like to have sort of a few more learning fights after that loss, and then come back and then have a big fight again.
Yeah, sure. See, I mentioned a few names. There's obviously Dubois and Nathan Gorman, Tom Little still there. Yeah. So a lot of fights to be made. A lot going on in the international scene as well. Sure, you've been keeping up to date with talk between Wild and Fury. That's been announced for December the 1st. Think Tyson can pull it off again?
You know, I'm English, I'm British. I want Tyson to do it, to bring it home, and then it'd be a massive fight for him and Joshua after. So, you know, I want to believe in him. I think he can do it. He has all the ability and skills. So we'll see. I'm going to believe in him because, you know, I want to be behind my British man.
Sure. You mentioned Joshua there. Did you watch the fight with Povetkin on Saturday night?
Yeah, I think you know, it's actually my birthday on this day, and I had a surprise birthday party my fiance done. But I didn't get to watch it live. But I've seen sort of clips on it, and I was up to date on the writing of it. And he was saying at the beginning he was getting caught with a few shots. But he come back and I see the highlights, and it was a dominating finish, wasn't it? So,
brutal finish.
Yeah. He was great. You know what I mean, Povetkin's a tough man to finish a guy like that. How he did, great.
Obviously on that bill, David Price pulled out. His corner pulled him out against Kuzmin.
Yeah.
Where do you think Pricey goes from there?
Pricey is a great lad, isn't he? We all love him, and he's always want to believe in him. So I don't know. There's always time for him. There's always a fight for him, I think. So if he wants to carry on, I think people still are going to want to see him.
Sure. I mentioned Hughie Fury there. He's fighting out in Bulgaria against Pulev. He defeated Sam Sexton last time. I'm not sure what's going on with Sam, whether he's carrying on, etc. But would a fight with Sam Sexton interest you?
Yeah, I'd love to fight Sam Sexton. That'd be a great fight, and he has a lot of experience, been in the game a long time. He's been pro a hell of a long time, so a fight against him would gain me great experience.
So he lost to Hughie Fury last time out. Hughie Fury, as I said, fighting for that IBF eliminate against Pulev. Tough fight for Hughie in Bulgaria.
Yeah, I think it is. You know, they're both sort of jabbers, very good jabbers, so and can both move. But I think after Hughie's last performance, he looked great, didn't he? So I think Hughie will pull it off.
Yeah,
a younger man and everything.
Obviously, Joe Joyce has moved out to Abel Sanchez's camp in Big Bear. Talks of, there's going to be talk between him and Dubois fighting, etc.
Yeah.
Say they got it on next year. How do you think it'd go?
I probably would back Joyce fighting him in the amateurs. I know what a kind of opponent he is. He's just a relentless guy, and I think out there in the States, in the camp he's in, he's probably one of the best in the world. He's not going to get much better than that in the camps he's training in, and he's that's what he is. He's a dominating man. I think he would win that fight.
Have you sparred much with Joe Joyce?
I've not sparred much of him, but I fought him in the amateurs a few times.
Yeah. So have you sparred with Dubois at all?
Yeah, I sparred with Dubois. Yeah, I sparred with him quite a few times.
Yeah. What was that experience like?
Yeah, he's he's a young lad, and he's a strong guy. I would say, I haven't sparred him in the last sort of 6 months, so he's getting better and better all the time, and I think he's a very strong, good, talented guy.
Would it be a rematch with Dave Allen? Has there been any talk about that?
Yeah, first time, Dave Allen, he messaged me on social media, and he asked me if I was alright. The nice lad he is, and he's a good lad, even though he beat me, so I hate him a little bit as well. But I straight said to him I want a rematch, and he said he would give me one. So I think obviously I've got to get myself back, and I would love to have the rematch with him.
Yeah, sure. Obviously talks between Derek Chisora and Dillian Whyte for a rematch. How do you see the first fight going? A lot of people said Derek won.
I would say it's probably a draw. It was a very good fight, and they're both. Derek Chisora is always a tough man, and always, you can never take that away from him. His last fight, he pulled it right out the bag.
Oh, yeah,
so,
Takam, what a knockout that was.
It was a ferocious knockout, a great knockout, and a great name on his roster. So I don't know, Dillian Whyte as well. His last fight he's looking great as well. So they're both looking good. They're both coming off great wins. So anything's possible. I think it'd be another great fight.
Yeah. See, Joshua's trying to get the Wilder fight for April 13th, assuming Wilder comes through Fury. Is that the fight you want to see next?
Yeah, I'd love to. I'm a fan of Wilder. I find him very exciting to watch. He's so for him to fight Joshua would be a great fight, like America versus England and all that, and it'd be massive, I think.
The Dillian Whyte rematch has been talked about with Joshua as well.
Yeah.
Would you be interested in that as well?
Yeah, that'd be interesting, because Dillian Whyte has come on a hell of a lot, you know, and I think he was, you know, carrying an injury into that Joshua
Said
fight
there was
in
a
the
problem with
first
his
fight.
shoulder.
Yeah, exactly. And
Yeah.
he had an operation straight afterwards, so it'd be interesting to see how that would go now.
Would you pick Joshua in that still with Dylan?
I think so, just because, you know, Joshua being the man that he is, he's a champion, and I think him beating Dylan last time, he will, you know, mentally that would do something, I think.
Yeah. But from what you're saying, you think Fury can bring it back home against Wilder, and Joshua Fury is the big one in your opinion?
Yeah, if that comes off, if he can pull it off, he comes back, that will be a massive, you know.
Biggest fight in Britain ever, you reckon?
I think so, definitely. The biggest, 100%.
Which one would you sway on that one? Tough one, I know.
Oh, pulling on me. Well, I only can go on their last fights, you know, so Joshua, I'd back.
Yeah, fair enough. Anyways, as you said, you want sort of a couple of fights, a couple more learning fights between sort of the end of the year, by the end of the year?
Yeah, I would like 2 by the end of this year, and then, yeah, look towards the beginning of the year for,
You know,
back,
back in contention with the
sort of thing,
the British names.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, well listen, best of luck.
Appreciate it, mate.
With all happens this year, and we want you back in them fights next year. But anything you want to add on that IFL TV, Nick?
No, mate, I just want to say thank you to everyone that's followed me and following my career. I'll keep on doing exciting fights, and I'll be exciting as always.
All right, top man, Nick. Appreciate your time.
Thank you,
Thank you very much.